What's up, everybody?
Hey guys.
I'm here here at Moving Water Outfitters in Zionsville with Chris Snodgrass from Moving Water Outfitters. We're going to go over a few things today. We're going to talk about the shop. As you guys know, they've been a huge supporter of us and of you guys for several years now. So we wanted to give Chris some time to talk about the state of the world here, and
Sure.
And we'll go over the results from this year's Hoosier Big Bass Hunt, which is really exciting. And then we're going to wrap it up talking about 2023, including our schedule. So, Chris, why don't you go and give us a breakdown of
Yeah. So
2022?
So 2022 was a great year. Really happy coming out of COVID and everything else. It's excited that, it seems like a lot of that's behind us and we were able to do a lot of in-person events. Also great to have, it was another great year for the outdoor industry as a whole. So glad to see that that momentum has continued. So kayak fishing specifically, it's stayed really strong, and we're excited to continue to support that as much as we can across both IKA and Grubby. So with our two biggest trails here in Indiana. So I know we had a lot of good fish caught. Really excited about the big bass. Again, prove that Indiana is a trophy fishery for both smallmouth and largemouth. So I know we may not be Alabama and some of the other places that get a lot of the attention, but you put a little time and effort in and learn our waters, you can definitely have a good time and put together a pretty solid bag here. So really excited about that. And yeah, other things that are happening in the shop. We have our year-end clearance happening. We did bring in Costa sunglasses, so that's another exciting small thing, but brought that in this year. And then, year-end clearance is happening. We've got great deals on our 22 kayaks, getting those out of the shop here before the end of the year.
Any big deals that would really
if you look
pique
back,
some interest?
If you look back through our social media stuff, we've been posting the list of kayaks that we have, the 22s. We have started getting 2023s in stock as well. So if you're looking to get a jump on that, we do have those. Other big things, for those fly fishing people, or if you want to get out the ultralight, we stocked Eagle Creek again here just outside the shop. And so we got that trout game going. So if you are using ultralights, little spinners, things like that, finding the deep holes. And then if you're fly fishing with that, small streamers and nymphing. Other than that, we're starting to gear up for 2023. So a lot of exciting things happening. And the biggest with that is the HKFS. So we're back at the Indianapolis Boat Sport and Travel Show with what we consider a pretty large production for us. It's the Hoosier Kayak Fishing Summit as part of the Indianapolis Boat Sport and Travel Show. So we'll have the big 40x40 demo pool again. We'll have all the vendors with big booths with kayaks to try and test out. So more to come with that.
That's always a ton of fun.
Oh man,
enjoy that.
It's a fun week.
A lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. Right?
It is. It's by the end of February, everybody's got cabin fever, and it's a really good opportunity to talk fishing, hang out with friends, and get ready for the 23 season. So,
Heck yeah.
So,
do any new and exciting things with the HKFS for 2023?
I can't share too much yet until we get there to show it.
Yeah.
But we've got a few additional vendors. So that'll be one our year-end clearance. That'll be another good opportunity to catch some kayaks on discount as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have so much fun with that. I know just Indiana kayak anglers in general. And then last year we're having Grubby there. It was just, I don't know, for us, for me anyways, it was almost like a big party, right? Like it's just hanging out with like you said, hanging out with your friends, meeting new friends, right? Yeah. I met several people at the show this year that I ended up talking to all throughout the season. Some of the guys weren't even kayak fishermen. They're just like, oh yeah. I run into them on the water. Hey, I remember you. And it was just, it's great. It's a great camaraderie.
It is. And it's also a really cool opportunity for a lot of the Indiana outdoor community that doesn't know about kayak fishing to experience it, see that, hey, we do have a couple pretty large tournament trails, and there's pretty much an opportunity for everybody. So,
absolutely.
So
it was good times.
And I do want to say thank you to Indiana Kayak Anglers and IKA and Hoosier Big Bass. That was a little bit of my brainchild a year ago, and we had a really successful year last year, and really excited to hear the announcement from this year to hear the outcome.
Some crazy big fish this year, for sure.
Was a good year for sure.
And we extended the time frame on it, so I think a lot of people enjoyed that. Like,
yeah,
you know, we went through into November, and I think everybody enjoyed that a little bit more this year. I did. One of the things that you came up with, one of the reasons you came up with this is to get people to really explore different waters in Indiana that they wouldn't normally fish. And I actually heard that a lot this year. Like, hey, I've got a good smallmouth. I need to learn how to catch a big lake largemouth.
Right.
And so, though, you know, I'm making a trip down to Bluegrass, or I'm going to go to Patoka this weekend. Probably bodies of water they never would have gone to, but because they were, you know, driving to perform well in this event, they went and explored.
So
I guess they don't even want what's cool about it is fish my honey hole,
right, 100%.
because it doesn't have smallmouth, right? Like,
Right,
I gotta
exactly.
go learn something else.
Yeah.
So
definitely very cool. Awesome.
Cool. So thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
And looking forward to 2023.
Yeah, Matt's gonna join, right?
Yep. Matt's gonna jump in, and we're gonna talk about the Hoosier Big Bass Hunt. Final results. I've got some numbers here written down, so we'll go over the overall thing. So we had 109 anglers this year, which is down from last year, I think, but
a little bit.
But I think everything was a little bit down for participation in 2022. That's just the way it is. But in that 109, there were a lot of new names, which is a big thing about this event is, you know, guys getting out and trying out kayak tournament fishing. So that was nice to see. Overall, we had 271 fish submitted, but the final leaderboard has us with 62 largemouth and 55 smallmouth, which is pretty good.
That's awesome.
When you look at the final fish, so this doesn't include the culls, right? But the final fish, we had an 18.6 inch average on the largemouth and a 17 3/4 inch average on the smallmouth. Some beautiful smallmouth on the board. When I put the leaderboard back up, I suggest everybody goes out and looks at some of the gorgeous fish that were caught. Lots to show off for the state of Indiana, like Chris mentioned earlier. Our big largemouth this year, and the winners of the big fish prizes will be getting custom catch boards. We don't have those in yet, but we will keep in touch with everyone and make sure you get your board when they arrive. But the big largemouth was caught March 14th. You're going to see a little bit of a trend here as I go through this, but big fish was caught March 14th, and that was a 23-inch behemoth caught by Glenn Landstrom.
That's awesome.
Great job, Glenn.
Yeah.
Our big smallmouth this year, we actually had 3 21-inch smallmouth submitted. 3 21s. That's crazy.
That's amazing.
I should have looked up the numbers for last year, but I feel like that. It's up there.
Yep, for sure.
Actually, now that I look at this, what was big largemouth last year? Like 22 something?
I think it was.
I think it was. That wasn't this year, right? Like, I didn't screw this up.
No.
Okay.
That was last year.
If I screwed this up, we'll fix it. But I'm pretty sure I looked through the numbers correctly on this one. Spreadsheets are my friend. So we had 3 21-inch largemouth submitted. I will mention that one of these you will not see on the leaderboard because of a deduction that had to be put in place for a rules violation. So it actually ended up getting called because the same angler had a 20.5. So once the 21, the deduction, it called itself basically. But the 320, I'm going to mention him anyways because it was an absolutely gorgeous fish. So on March 17th, he caught a 21-inch smallmouth. On September 5th, Jim Nevins caught a 21-inch smallmouth. And on October 22nd, Mr. Nick Nicrelli also caught a 21-inch smallmouth. But due to the way we break the rules, break the ties rather, not break the rules. Due to the way we break the ties, it's based upon the first fish caught. So that makes Eric Tracy, who caught his on March 17th, the winner of the Big Smallmouth Award.
Good job, Eric.
Good job, man. So on this event, we were like last year, we pay out 3 places regardless of the participation. So in third place, taking home $305 plus a $50 gift card from Moving Water Outfitters, he had the 23-inch largemouth and a 17 3/4-inch smallmouth for a total of 40 3/4 inches. Glenn Landstrom.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Glenn.
That's great.
Woo! Insert crowd here. Go ahead.
Second place with a 21-inch smallmouth and a 20 1/4-inch largemouth, getting $508 plus a $100 gift card from Moving Water Outfitters, Eric Tracy.
Very balanced bag there.
It is.
And Eric is one of them that had been in contact with me over time. We've actually run into each other on the water at one of my honey holes. And
where is that?
Yeah, and it's near this boat ramp with some water.
It's wet.
There's some weeds in it.
Yeah.
But I know he is one that had contacted me and been like, "Oh man, I got to upgrade. Maybe I'll go to bluegrass this weekend." Right? Like he was really into the travel part of it and finding the fish, and that was fun to hear. And then first place.
Go ahead.
With 21.5-inch largemouth and a 20.5-inch smallmouth, taking home $1,220 plus a $200 gift card for Moving Water Outfitters, with a total of 42 inches. Justin Long. Great job, Justin.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Glad to see you back fishing with us this year, by the way.
Yeah,
it's been nice to see you. Yeah. All right, here he comes again.
Yeah, here he is.
So that does it for the Hoosier Big Bass Hunt. I can't imagine we won't be doing this again next year. One of the things that would be great to hear is if you guys would like to see anything change about it. I feel like the format's probably pretty solid where it's at. I enjoyed the longer times this year too, I think.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
If anything stands out to us and you guys have suggestions, let us know, and maybe we'll make some changes. But I think we'll probably keep it the same next year.
Yeah, big thank you to Moving Water Outfitters.
Absolutely. And catch outdoors, catch products. Sorry.
Yep.
So definitely, more support getting this program going. So, all right. Well, that leaves us with 2023.
Looking forward to it already.
Yeah. So one of the things that's interesting about scheduling tournaments, and I'm sure most of you understand, but just to kind of give you a little perspective, we started on this almost as soon as the championship finished. And it's always kind of a difficult balance with trying to figure out what we want to do versus what some of the other trails are doing, because, we're not trying to cause any conflict or anything. And we all work together pretty well on all this. So we've done our best to avoid conflict. Of course, that's not always possible, especially certain months of the year where there's a lot of holidays, and a lot of other things going on. It makes it really difficult not to sort of step on each other's toes.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind as we go through this schedule that we've worked on it pretty heavily and discussed it with other tournament directors. And this is what we've come up with. So,
and we've tried to spread it around the state as much as we can too. So
absolutely.
That's one thing we always try to concentrate on.
Absolutely. So we're going to put our schedule up here, and then you still get to look at our faces so that you can hear us. So here's our save the dates, right? So these are the dates of our event. I realize that's very difficult to read. So we're going to open the season on April 29th. Does that sound right? Because I can't read it.
Yeah.
April 29th. And we're going to start the season. This is one of Matt's ideas, actually, and I really enjoyed it when he brought it out.
I think Jim brought it, actually.
Did Jim bring this one up?
Yeah,
okay.
Jim did.
We've always discussed a spring river event.
Yeah, Chris will be interested in this one.
Yeah, so we've always discussed a spring river event, and we're going to try it for 2023, and we're going to do that river event on the Tippecanoe River. One of the reasons for doing it on the Tippy is it seems like the flow is a little better controlled with spring weather there than, it's pretty easy to blow out the white.
Yep.
And so,
especially that early.
Yeah. So we're going to do April 29th on the Tippecanoe River. May is where it got really tricky for us.
It did. It did. And you'll notice this is a Sunday
Yep.
event. So remember that Sunday for this one. Most time
Yep.
ours are on Saturday. This one we had to wiggle a little bit. And so this is a Sunday event.
This is the difficult one because if you look at the weekends in May, the first weekend in May would be awful close to April 29th. And so you would only had a week between events, and that didn't seem right to us. The following weekend is Mother's Day weekend, also something we weren't real keen on scheduling over. And then the following weekend is the weekend we're doing this. And on that Saturday, there's a scheduled SIAC event and also a USA Bassin event on Monroe.
Yep.
And so we really didn't. Then the weekend after that is Memorial Day weekend. So there's all of May, right? So that really left us with one weekend to do something. We tried not to step on too many toes. So that's why we moved it to Sunday, out of respect for the other clubs. Hopefully that packs a lot of stuff into one weekend for several anglers that might run both. But hopefully that at least gives everybody some wiggle room to make things happen. And we're going to do that event on Tri Lakes, which is a venue we've been to in the past. Sort of north central Indiana. Gives you a little bit of opportunity to spread out on several different lakes. We'll have more details on that soon, but the Tri Lakes is Little Cedar, Big Cedar, Rounds. And then there's Shriner Lake next door that'll be in play. And then we'll probably also include Crooked and Big, which are also right there. They're all the three lakes that I mentioned, what we call the Tri Lakes, are all connected, and the other ones are different bodies of water, but they're all right there. We're probably going to open up to all five of them, let guys spread out a little bit. It was a fun event when we had it there last time.
Yeah, I actually didn't get to fish that event, but I judged it.
Yeah,
and man, there were just an absolute ton of fish.
Yeah,
and there were some really quality fish too. Yeah. So it was both. There was numbers and quality. So that's always good in a fishery.
And it's a good location. It's not
Yep.
way up north against Michigan, but it's, gives us our northern swing, right? So there we go for that one. And then the next event, June
17th.
June 17th, maybe. Yeah. Again, guys, I'm really sorry. I can't read that. What'd I just do?
Oh, you
stopped the camera. Sorry. Yeah. All right. June 17th is on Raccoon. This is a really fun fishery. A little bit personal for me, maybe. I fished a lot of the Grubby Series events on that lake this year and really enjoyed it. It sets up well for kayak tournaments. There's several boat ramps. Pretty good fishing, really good camping. The campground there is really nice. It's a good central location, I think, for everyone. I spoke with Brian Moore and Cole, and they were fine with us having an event that weekend. So we're going to hit Raccoon. So new venue for ICA, not necessarily a new venue for kayak tournaments, but I think it'll be pretty good. The July event. This is another interesting one. So this is an event that we all Matt and Jim and I all kind of go our separate ways and think about places where we would like to have a tournament. We do a lot of research looking around, like where would be a cool place to have an event. And this is actually an interesting one for me because Matt came up with this idea. I had never even really heard of the place before, maybe just in passing, but I had to go look at it and research it a little bit when he brought it up. And I thought, man, that looks great. Let's do it. But then we were working on that May date so much, we didn't talk about our schedule with anyone publicly. And I was real excited because I thought, oh, this is a really neat location, really unique. And then SIAC's schedule came out, and sure enough, there it was on there. And so it's kind of funny that sort of the great minds think alike thing, right? But we think it'll work out fine. Theirs is earlier in the year, several months before July, and so it'll work out. But we're going to go July 15th to the Duggar. What are they? The Duggar unit. That's it. That's the word I was looking for. It's not pits, but they are. But we'll have more details on that one as far as the allowable bodies of water and stuff. But that'll be another one where there's several bodies of water all right there geographically located to let guys have a little bit of freedom in deciding on where they fish and if they move throughout the day and stuff. Kind of adds a neat little exciting to it. Do you have history with that place? Is that how you came up with it?
I have zero. I've driven past it twice. and kind of looked at it. And I've never been on the water there, but man, it looks awesome. And then talking with like Brock Howe, he's kind of from down in that area.
Okay.
Brock really enjoys that body of water, and it sounds like there's some big potential.
Maybe he told you that in confidence and secrecy. Maybe you weren't supposed to tell on him.
He did give me $10.
But so that we're gonna go to the Duggar Unit East on July 15th. So I bet y'all can guess what our August event is.
I don't know.
Anyone? White River.
Oh, there it is.
White River. So that's one of the events I don't think we can ever get rid of.
No.
I don't know.
Nope.
So I don't think I need to speak too much more about that one, right? That's pretty staple. I won't give up too much juice, but I think several of the big largemouth in this year's Hoosier Big Bass Hunt were from the White River.
Largemouth or smallmouth?
Smallmouth. Yeah.
Okay.
Did I say largemouth?
You said largemouth.
Yep. Smallmouth. Well,
It's got largemouth.
I was going to say
too.
there's some pretty big largemouth in there too, but
yeah.
White River, August 12th. So that'll be another fun event. We usually roll out a little extra red carpet on that one. So we'll see if that pans out this year. 2022 is the first season for a 2-day championship.
Yeah.
And I think it worked out really well. It makes sense for a championship to be a 2-day event.
It does.
We do not have details ironed out for the September 9th and 10th championship, but I can assure you that we've been talking about lots of really cool things, and I think we're going to try really hard to make this a pretty cool, fun, exciting event that's maybe just a little bit different than just throwing it on one body of water for 2 days. So we'll try and get those details ironed out fairly soon, so you guys know how hard you need to work this year to make it there. So that's our schedule for 2023. Have you seen any questions pop up there?
No, I am excited about it, though. There's some new places on here, some revisits we haven't been in a while, and then some the old White River, which is always great.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a great balanced schedule personally, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun this year. A lot of opportunity to catch big fish with these locations as well.
Yep.
So
I agree. Hey, something I just thought about. So Chris was talking earlier about the trout stocking on Eagle Creek over here. So Tri Lakes actually has trout in it.
Does it really?
Should we do a big trout award for that event? What do you think, Chris?
I think you should.
So the first time I ever fished there, little inside story. First time I ever fished there, Mike Densel took several of us there to teach us how to trout fish.
Really?
So that's the first time and only time I've ever caught trout.
Let me guess. Trolling?
No.
Oh,
no.
really?
Nope.
Huh.
Just jigging in like 25 feet of water.
Wow.
But
Do a wild card or something.
a what?
A wild card?
What do you
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
do you
like
mean?
a toothy critter, like a
Toothy
like a
critter pot.
critter event.
Yeah.
I know there's actually that event when we fished up at Tri Lakes, I fished over on Shriner. I got to fish it because you were home judging.
Mhm.
And I actually caught a walleye on a whopper plopper on Shriner.
Oh, wow.
The strangest thing
awesome.
I've ever seen. It might have been a saw guy, actually. I've never really been able to tell the difference between the two, but it didn't matter. I didn't expect to catch something like that on a whopper flopper. But all right, well, guys, I think that's everything we needed to cover. I'll get the schedule posted up more probably this afternoon or this evening. So there we go. That's it.
That's
2023. Let's. I'm ready to get started.
Yeah.
Can we just click our heels together 3 times and be fishing?
Yeah.
All right.
Skip the boat show and everything, huh?
No. All right, guys. We'll talk to you all really soon. Bye-bye.